Physical models. One of the first physical thinking models we encounter is the structure of matter. Contrary to what we might expect, the most fragile materials are often the hardest ones. Extremely rigid materials break easily under stress. Anti-fragility, on the other hand, is usually related to flexibility and the ability to adapt or rebuild. Systems that are anti-fragile are not rigid. They bend, adjust, and sometimes even grow stronger under pressure. Investment systems should be built with this perspective in mind. Energy and transformation. The laws of energy and transformation in physics also apply to life and investing. Energy is the capacity to do work. The total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. It does not disappear. It only transforms. The principle of continuous change and the law of conservation of energy are powerful mental models. When managing businesses or investments, we should constantly evaluate work, energy, power. Nothing happens without energy input. Entropy. Perhaps the most important physical mental model is entropy. If systems are not maintained and organized, disorder always increases. In economics, money printing can behave in an entropic way, spreading through the system and changing value distributions. In biology, the food chain is a strong example of entropy. Pure energy comes from the sun, but as it moves through ecosystems, it spreads across different levels of life. Energy flows from large animals to smaller ones, and can eventually exist even in the smallest insect eaten by a mouse. Energy disperses. Order requires effort. Laws of motion and resistance. The laws of motion are also powerful mental models. One example is inertia. Starting a movement is difficult, but once movement begins, continuing it is easier. There is also the law of conservation of momentum. In the stock market, if a stock enters a strong trend and does not face strong opposing forces, it tends to continue in that direction. The principle of action and reaction also applies in economics. Every force creates a counterforce. Movement requires force. Systems resist change, and change only happens when enough force is applied. Newton's second law. Newton's second law helps us understand many things. In life and investing, mass and acceleration are related. If mass is small, acceleration can be large. If mass is large, acceleration tends to be small. In markets, small companies with small capitalizations can rise very quickly. Rapid price multiples are not surprising. But in very large companies, even a 10% or 20% increase over the long term can be considered significant. Large mass moves slowly. The principle of least action. Another important physical mental model is the principle of least action. Nature tends to reach outcomes. By using the minimum possible energy, this teaches us something important. In life and in investing, simple, low-cost, low-friction strategies are often more sustainable in the long run than overly complex ones. Unnecessary complexity wastes energy. Efficiency wins. Physical laws are not only about physics. They are powerful metaphors for understanding markets, systems, and life itself.